Alright, and welcome to Week 3 predictions. The games that matter this week, I've added only one in, featuring two non-ranked teams. That'll be at the end of the list. So for now, we're going to start with the game that starts tonight. Is number 6 Houston at Cincinnati. This is Houston's first conference game of the season. I think they're going to come away with a win. I think they actually have a really good chance at going undefeated this season. Next is number 21 Baylor at Rice. I have Baylor winning this one on the road. I think it should be a fairly easy win for Baylor. Next is number 22 Oregon at Nebraska. This game is gonna be close, so this is actually on my list of watch games this week. I have Oregon winning it on the road, so it's gonna be a really close game though. Next, I have another close game, is number 12 Michigan State at number 18 Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's going to win this one at home, but it's going to be a very close game in my opinion. Next is South Carolina State at number 5 Clemson. I have Clemson winning this one easily. It's their chance to finally get in a rhythm, playing an opponent they should be able to handle with no problem. Next is going to be the game to watch. If you watch no other games this weekend, you should watch this one. It's number 2 Florida State at number 10 Louisville. I'm actually going to tell you this right now. It's going to be a good, exciting game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. It's going to be fun to see how Florida State's defense matches up against Lamar Jackson and the Louisville offense. I have Louisville winning in this one because they're at home. I think it's going to be a shocker for Florida State. I think they're going to try and do their normal thing where they've played relaxed in the first half and then come on strong in the second half, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough to overcome Louisville. Next is Ohio at number 15 Tennessee. I got Tennessee winning this one at home. It's going to be a fun game for Tennessee fans, I believe. It's going to be handily won by Tennessee. Next is North Dakota State at number 13 Iowa. I picked Iowa to win this game. However, keep an eye on it because Iowa is playing North Dakota State. This is the team that's won 5 straight national championships at their level and has surprised teams in the past. Next, I have Georgia State at number 9 Wisconsin. I've picked Wisconsin to win this one. I don't think Georgia State's going to be able to keep up with them. Next is a game that's going to be really telling. It's number 25 Miami of Florida at Appalachian State. I think Miami's going to win this one, but it's going to be a real big tell on whether or not Appalachian State is as good as they seem to be in that overtime loss to Tennessee. It's going to be a real big tell. If Miami runs away with it, it makes Tennessee look really bad for that opener. Next is number 1 Alabama at number 19 Ole Miss. Interesting stat I pulled on this. Since Ole Miss beat Alabama the last time, Alabama has faced 4 ranked opponents and has won those games by an average of 32 points to 10. So it's really interesting that that happened after losing to Ole Miss. Even though it's at Ole Miss, I'm going with Alabama. Alabama's looked really strong this season. Yeah, they played 2 opponents. One of them was USC, so that was a really impressive win. And Western Kentucky's not really a pushover. I think this is going to be the first real test for Alabama, but I think Ole Miss is gonna not be able to pull it off. Not this year. Next, Colorado at number 4 Michigan. This should be an easy win for Michigan. I think they're going to run away with it for the 3rd game in a row. Next is Texas A&M, number 17 Texas A&M at Auburn. I have Texas A&M winning this game. I think it's going to be really close. Auburn's not going to let them run away with it, but I just see Texas A&M coming out on top. Next is Mississippi State at number 20 LSU. I got LSU winning this. I think LSU's just going to be back at full potential. They've got Leonard Fournette back, so it should be a fun game. Next is North Texas at number 23 Florida. I think Florida should win this. North Texas isn't really quite up to the SEC play level, so I got Florida winning. Next is Texas State at number 24, Arkansas. I think Arkansas should win this one, but Texas State has put up a lot of points in these first 2 games of the season, so keep an eye out on them. We'll see if they can put the kind of points up on Arkansas, an SEC defense. So it's going to be a fun game to watch. Next is number 16, Georgia at Missouri. I'm going with Georgia on this game. I think Missouri's got a potential to knock Georgia off, but I think Georgia's going to play really hard because they're really embarrassed and really upset about that win last week against Nicholls. Next is number 3, Ohio State at number 14, Oklahoma. This is the second game that you need to watch. They're at 2 different times, so you can watch both of them. I would definitely recommend watching this game. I got Oklahoma at home. It's going to be really interesting, though, because both teams are going to score. It's going to be a shootout. And I really, really think Oklahoma has a real good shot at winning it, redeeming their season after the season opening loss to Houston. And I think Ohio State, this may be the only game they could lose this season. It's going to be really close, though. It's going to be a fun game. You should watch that one. Next is Portland State at number 8, Washington. This is going to be a game where Washington's going to run away with it. Just check the score in the morning to see who won. You don't really need to watch the game unless you're a Washington fan, and then have fun. USC at number 7, Stanford. I really think this one's going to be close, but I think Stanford's going to win. I think Stanford just has a little bit more going for them, not talent-wise, but team-wise. They play as a team, unlike USC, who's suffering at the coaching position. I think Stanford wins because of that, because talent-wise they're about level with each other. Next is number 11, Texas at California. I have Texas winning this one on the road, but it should be a close one. Texas almost beat them last year, which would have changed the outcome for their season entirely. But I got Texas winning this one on the road. I think Texas is a much better team this year. And that leads me to the one game not featuring ranked opponents. I included this game because it has potential for them both to actually become ranked if either of them wins. I'm going to be picking the Pittsburgh and Oklahoma State game. I'm picking Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's got a lot in the tank this year, and I think Oklahoma State's going to play hard after losing that heartbreaker to Central Michigan last week. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I got Pitt winning, and if Pitt wins this game, I think you're going to see them in the top 25 rankings next week. So that's my games that matter this week. I've got 22 of them, and it's going to be interesting to see what the outcome is. So I'll be posting a video later on in the week, probably around Monday or Tuesday, with a recap of what happens this weekend. Find a game you love. I've recommended my best ones to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to see you again, and don't forget to like and subscribe.